Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is Friday, so it is our Friday follow-up. I haven't had one for a while, so this is kind of fun to get all the things out and show you all the stuff I got going on. So, digitals. I finally got a bunch of stuff done. Don't these look lovely? They're so cool. This is the last batch of coffee membership digitals that I am producing. It is almost the end of June. If you still have a coffee membership, you need to go and discontinue it because I will not be adding these images exclusively for members after June 30th. So when you cancel your membership, if you're only going to cancel it today or this weekend, of course it's going to run for whatever the time is since you last paid. So if it runs into the middle of July or sometime in July, I will still send you the July mega kit. Because starting in July, all of the digitals will be available to everyone. So there will no longer be a membership. So the digitals that the members have that are available to them right now are going to be put into what I'm calling mega kits or monster kits or something to that. I'm going to call them mega kits. And what's going to happen is they will all have a price on them. But of course, as members, you've already got all those images. So you don't have to buy those again. But they will be grouped into things like flowers and picture frames and, boho stuff. And the kits will range in size anywhere from under 10 sheets in the kit up to, 50 to 75. I do have a couple of 75 image kits. I think 75 is the biggest. But these are all images that the members have already downloaded. And if you haven't downloaded everything that's on the member side, then I suggest you do it over the next couple of days, because once I start transitioning those kits and making them available for free, the member kits are going to drop off. And I could run members and non-members at the same time. But here's the problem. If I have a member paying me $3 a month, which is what my monthly membership is, I'm obligated to give you something every month that you would work with. And it doesn't always work out for me as far as time and being able to schedule. And I'm not really good with commitments. I have to be honest. I'm much better when I don't have to do something as to when I have to do something. So I will procrastinate to the last second. I will put it off. I will come up with a million excuses, even though you're paying me. And that is why I feel guilty. I don't want to come up with, this method of membership, and then I can't commit and produce the items for you. But if I don't have a commitment, it's much easier for me to do this. And also, if I make a digital kit or put up digital sheets for the month, you may not like them. So you're paying me $3 a month for stuff you may not even use. And I've sort of been monitoring. I do have a good turnaround of people that are taking the kits and stuff. But, I know you guys pick and choose what you want, and some of you, take everything, which makes me happy. But some of you only take one or two things every month. So I feel like if I'm not producing a kit that you like, or, digital claw sheets that you like, then, it's not really worth your while either. But if I make these mega kits and I put them up for sale for everybody, then you can purchase them as you choose to. And I realize, too, that some of you have signed up for membership as your way of supporting me as a YouTuber or for my digitals or however way you show your appreciation. And I am so, so grateful for that as well. But there are other ways. There is a coffee donation where you can buy me a cup of coffee, or if you're visiting my blog, there is a link on my blog to buy me a cup of coffee. So, if you still feel the urge, and I will never say no, I kind of like it. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, that is great. I like a French vanilla, please. And so that option is still going to be available. And also there is the option on YouTube. Under every video there's a little dollar sign thing that if you want to send me a donation, you can do it that way as well. So that is the alternative to having a subscription and having every month to pay for it. And then, like I said, it just makes it so much easier for me if it's right across the board for everybody, and you can pick and choose your kits as you like them. And, depending on the response to the kits, it may inspire me to do more as I go along, but without commitment, without being forced to do it, because I have enough on my plate on a daily basis. So please do go and discontinue your membership. Now, if it takes you a while, or you forget after you watch the video, or you don't do it till next week, the membership will not close until all of the members have left. I might have to knock on your door a couple of times, which I have been starting to do, and tell you to end your membership so that you don't renew it. And if you have renewed it, you will still get the mega kits for free until your membership runs out. But you will have to ask me for them, and that will make sure that I convince you to end your membership. So it's not that I'm not going to give you the digitals. I just want to make sure that I see that you have canceled your membership, and then I will send you the link to download the kits for free until your membership runs out. And then after that, any new kits, of course, will be charged accordingly. And they won't be expensive. I promise you, the most expensive mega kit will be $5. That's the most expensive. Most of them will hover around $3, the occasional $4, and there will be some 99-cent ones and $1.99 ones, just because they'll be smaller sets of pages. So that'll be until I get all of the current membership images over, and then after that it'll be all new ones, and I will either decide to make a huge massive kit where you get this mega monster kit for $5, or I make some 99-cent ones and $1.99 ones, and so on, as I see, depending on the images. You don't want 100 pages of red flowers. So if I'm doing a thing on red flowers, I might only have 7 or 8 pages. So that would fall under, $1 to $1.99, depending on the amount of work that is put into it. So I hope that makes sense. Now, having said that, yes, I'm going to show you the coffee membership images first. And I'm just going to get this out of the way first here. And then I'm going to show you some free ones. Now, there are still free images on the coffee site, and that's only because I haven't removed them yet, but I have been slowly removing. It takes a while to take them off. And the reason I don't want to put the free ones there is it takes a while to put them on, and then I'm limited to how much space I have on my coffee site that I pay for. So it's easier for me now that things have changed with Google, with the blog. At first, years ago, the blog wasn't putting up the full-size digitals. They were reducing it, and if you went to download it, you got a smaller version of it. But now you can get the full-size version on my blog. So I will give you the links to my blog. My blog is also always listed in every single video I have, every one. So you can also go directly to my description box. Just hit on the little thing that says more, so you get the full description. There's all kinds of information there. If you haven't been looking, you should look. So you can get all the information there as to where my free images are. Now, a couple of people, and I don't know why this happens, but a couple of people who went to my blog by clicking on the link in the video got a warning about the site, which makes no sense. I don't know why. It is most likely the browser, the internet browser that you're using, or the type of device you're working off of. But every once in a while, I have a member tell me that they got an error message that said a warning about going to the site. it is a safe site. First of all, YouTube is owned by Google. Blog spot where I have my images is owned by Google. I have checked the URL 2,000 times, and I know that it's correct on YouTube. So when you click on it and you get that error message, you just have to either bypass it. There should be an option to say go anyway, or just copy, manually copy it and paste it into the URL location on your browser and go directly there. Either way, you should get there without too much problem. And if you do have a problem, honestly, it's not myself, it's not the website. It has to do with either your device or your browser. And because it is Google and YouTube is Google, so it's all Google. So yeah, so when you go there, you will see my latest posts, because the blog has my latest YouTube posts, or you might see pictures of the latest images that I've uploaded for free. Like as you scroll down through the posts, you'll see the latest images. However, while you're there, if you look to the left of the screen where the posts are, you will see a list that says free digitals from 1 to 100. Then there's another link from 101 to 200, 201 to 300, and now we are in 301 to 400 at the very top. So that'll be the newest. If you've downloaded free images from me before, they are in numerical order. So if you've got a file of mine that is just my images and they're free and you have them in order, you can see by the numbers which ones you're missing. Just look at your numbers and then you can find them right there on the blog. So they will always be there because my blog is part of Google, and I have a Google Drive that I pay for that hosts all of my images. So they're nice and safe. They are easy to access for me to upload them, as well as easy to access from the blog. So that's why I've gone through all this work to change it over and make it easier for myself. And then this way I just pop them in and I do a quick little post. And if you follow my blog, there is a spot where you can follow my blog as well, where you get email notifications. So you will get an email every time I make a post. So if you are interested in getting free images all the time, just add your or follow and add your email to my mailing list that's there. And you'll automatically get information. However, you can just come whenever, just bookmark the site and come whenever and download whatever images you don't have. And like I said, they're all in order starting from number 1, and we are in the 300s now, working our way towards 400. Blah! That was a lot to say. Okay, so I'm going to start with the member digitals, and I do have this set of mandalas, and they're kind of psychedelic boho style of backgrounds. These would make great journaling cards. They are square, so whenever there's square images, I always add in some smaller versions at the bottom, because sometimes you want to do maybe a little cluster with one of these, or maybe add it onto something else as a collage piece. So I had the 4 large journal cards and then 4 small, and altogether I think there was 12. Yeah, there's 12 images, so 4 to a page. So there's 3 sheets like that. And then I did 6 to a page, because maybe you just want a quick, you want to just print a quick sheet. So I did 6 to a page square, 6 to a page square. So they're just, I think they're just slightly smaller. You can see the difference here from this size so it's just slightly smaller. But if you want the larger size, of course, you get all the little ones that go with it. So there's 3 pages like that, 2 like that. And then I did each one in a full size image, and then I copied the same image 3 times along the bottom to fill in the space. So this will be great for doing a like a traveler's notebook, where you just fold it in half, and then you've got 3 little extra pieces that you can use for tags or tuck spots or whatever. Now, if you you know, are computer savvy, you can change the print and print it however you like. But yeah, there are 12 pages of these larger squares with the smaller ones to match. I'm not going to show you all of them. They're all exactly the same. So yeah, so that's a 17-piece kit. So now if you look on Coffee, they come as a kit and it'll say 17 pages. So when you go to download this, you will download all of the images right within that one section. So there's that. And then I did a couple pages of these butterflies on a faux music background. And just to fill in the space, I used these smaller kind of gem style butterflies that you could fussy cut and, you know, and further enhance if you like. Just fun, you know, vintage style. And then because I liked this look, I thought, well, let's see what those gem butterflies look like in the large. So I just did exactly the reverse and they look pretty good. I like them. And these ones, I think, you know, one day, you know, I have done those big sheets of the gems, like the big collage set of gems. And then I've got this one. So one day we're going to have a day where we actually collage on top of these to create some three-dimensional pieces, creating gems and butterflies. But I just thought, yeah, I did the one way first and then the other way. And I thought, well, why didn't you just do them? I don't know. So you got 2 sheets out of the deal. Then there's a sheet of larger butterfly journal cards. Again, these are, you know, half page or quarter page, I mean, so you can print them 2 up to a page to make them smaller, sort of ATC size, or like this to use for tags, jumbo tags, or for your journal cards. And then this is another set of 4. It's different than this one. And they are, again, the 4 squares with 4 on the bottom. So pretty pink color. You know, a lot of you like that pink color more than me, although I will use them in my stuff. A set of 4 birds, and they are large journal cards. They are watercolor blue, and I just used another gem to fill in the space here, you know, whether you use it as a spot element or you could use it as a washi tape by just cutting the whole strip to use as one piece. And then I did these legs. Oops, sorry, I got another pile going on here. And these legs are just fun pieces to mix and match with bird bodies or cat bodies. So you can have some fun changing things around. They are printed in a large size, so they're about almost 5 inches in height. But if you print these 2 up on a page or 2 sheets together, you can reduce them down to size. So play around and just have some fun making some comical looking, you know, where you take an animal and give it people feet, or maybe you take an unusual Victorian image and give her a mini skirt. You can have some fun mixing and matching these. And I was just cracking myself up playing with them. So I'm going to have to do a day with these with you as well. I don't know when, but one of these days. So I did several sheets. So these 2 have 6 on a page each. And then this one has 2 different legs that I thought, again, you can use your computer skills to mix and match and rearrange them and rotate them. But this gives you 8 on a page. And then cleaning up some odds and ends, I had some books. Book stacks is what I call this one. I gave you the 4 large journal cards. These are 2 longer ones and then 2 squares, and then just did some images on the bottom to fill the space. And then I have my pinup ladies, and so I did a set of 4 of those on the page as journal cards. Now my computer is skipping, but it's on its last. My printer is on its last legs. But I'll tell you, what a ride I've had with this printer. So I'm looking forward to getting a newer version of it very soon. But yeah, I'm on my last bit, so I do have some issues with the ink. I have cleaned it a million times, but it's on its way out the door now. Almost. So just to fill in again, I had 2 extra pieces, so I did them in a larger size for you. But you can again reduce the size of these by putting them, printing them 2 to a page or 4 to a page, however you want. Same with these. But great journal cards, kind of a futuristic pinup lady. So fun stuff, fun colors, good mix. And then I had these 2 beauties kicking around, and I call them my ladies in red. I just had 2 of them, but they're very pretty, and I thought these would be fun for a boho journal. Again, they are half page, so you could turn this into a journal page if you wanted, or, you know, kind of a journal inner cover, or reprint them on a smaller size. So put those aside. A set of birds. Just cleaning up odds and ends of stuff. And these are fun. What I like about these is the background is so neutral that you can ink stamp, you can add labels, you can collage around it with book pages and really recreate your own style. You can also take these and fussy cut them out and add them into other things. You could fussy cut them. Where did they go now? It's coming. You could fussy cut them, and if you can imagine giving this bird a set of legs. Of course, you would want to probably resize it and stuff. But you could have some fun by adding legs to these birds to create some fun elements and quirkiness to your journals. And then I had these, now some of these were created with AI digitals, and I was just cleaning up old files, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to give them those, just to get this stuff off my desk and off my computer. Once I'm done working with something, I move it on, because I ended up with thousands and thousands of images on my computer. So wherever I can clean it up, get it out the door and off the computer is better for me, because then it goes into storage on Google. So these were just some doll heads. Again, they would probably work nice to mix and match with making your own bodies and then adding the legs to them. It just could be some fun, quirky things that you make. But yeah, they're just images, and some of them have hats. Just fun, basic images to play with and collage with. And then I had a few hats. These were also created in AI style of creations. And a page of strawberries. Just cleaning off the desk, and who doesn't need a bowl of strawberries once in a while, right? My last set is this set of what I call fantasy girls, just beautiful, large eyes, you know, very fantasy backgrounds and colors. Most of them are square. There are a few rectangular shaped ones, but whenever they're square, I always added the 4 on the bottom to use up the extra space and to give you, you know, value for your money and something fun to play with. So they're just sweet little girls. Love the colors, love the big blue eyes, and just fun to play with. These ones are a little bit different again. And a little different again. And again. So just fun images to play with. And then these were the last of the 4, and they were the only ones left that didn't match up, so I put them together. She is very pretty. I find her very, very striking, and I love her look. It's like she's got a secret and she's not telling. So yeah, just fun images for you to use for journal cards and tags how you like. So then I have a few pages of the free images. I'm going to put that aside here for now. Now, I did say free images, and there is the address for the free images. https:// all in lowercase, images by Kim, all lowercase, .blogspot.com. So there's over 300 free sheets there. So go and help yourself. They're there for you to take, there to use. If you have a craft class that you're teaching, download it, print it out for your class. I don't care how you share it, use it, however you want. The only thing I ask is that you don't reproduce them as digitals and call them your own, and try to sell them. I mean, you can, you can. But you know, if somebody comes eventually to my site and you're selling them and they come to my site, it's going to be egg on your face, not mine. So they are free. Help yourself, use them however you like. And even if you do use them and you create with them different images, send me a link to the different images, because maybe I want to play with what you create. So if you create something different using my images, I would love to have a chance to play with it too and see what you make. And I'd also, anytime, you know, you want to show me what you make with my free digitals, you can certainly put a post up in Crafting with Eyes Wide Open or Boho Artisans. Both of those are my Facebook groups that you are welcome to post your creations there. And if you make items to sell, you're also welcome to post the items you want to sell there. And you're free to use my images for items that you are reselling. Just, you know, I'm just saying, don't use my images and call them your own and sell them, because eventually you'll get caught. Not that I care. You know, it's kudos to you if you can make some money off of it, but your customers are going to figure it out, and then it's poo-poo on you, right? So this is the information. I hope I had it up there long enough. I hope I held it flat enough, long enough. But if not, the link is below. You can click on it, or you can copy it and paste it into the URL spot, your location, and go direct. So that's it for that. So these are the free images that I'm offering there. And it's a page of purplish type butterflies. There's they're kind of ATC size cards. Sorry, I'm just moving it. Oh, I have 2 copies of it. Yeah, I got print happy. But I will use these. I like them. So these are kind of like ATC size loosely. It depends on your printer as to how they print. You may have to trim them down to fit your ATC or add something around it to make it big enough. But it depends on your printer. But just some fussy cuts and collage pieces that are instant, pieces to add to your journal. These round circles, if you glue these down to some chipboard and cut them out, you have an instant little mini round tag that you can add into a pocket, or create other round pockets and put these in as additional little pieces. And then, of course, regular fussy cut butterflies. So that is on the free side. Also free, I did 2 sets of these goldish journal cards. And so there's the one here with a little bit of blue in it, and then one that is more kind of mustardy yellow gold color. Great journaling cards. Again, when they have this blank space in it, that just says to me, I can ink stamp on here, I can collage in there, just more things to create more of an overlay over top. Fun to use. These ones I will enjoy too. And then I cleaned up some sort of teal green. I had some gems. I had a bird in a nest. I had some small digitals. So that went into the free section as well. So that's it for the digitals. I hope you got enough information out of that to go and grab all the things you need. And don't forget to discontinue your coffee membership if you have a membership. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, okay, I've talked about that. Okay. I'm really behind on my video comments. I'm not ignoring you. Some of you have asked me questions. I saw that. I will probably get to them later today or first thing tomorrow morning, and should get all my comments caught up. The next thing I want to do is I want to give out to a shout out to a new channel that I don't even know how I ended up there. I think I was looking for something, and I think there was something, maybe it was interrelated. I don't know, because I don't know how it was related to what I found and what I was looking at. But maybe I was looking at, and then it ended up on another video of hers. Anyway, it's an up-and-coming YouTuber, Trashy Treasures, and it's spelled like almost like you would spell treasures, except at the end it's yours, Yours. Fabulous. Love that name. So Trashy Treasures. I will put a link to her channel below. What I like about her is she has such a fresh approach to junk journaling. It is inspiring and re-inspiring. And I just loved her method of showing you how she did things. I watched a couple of videos, but one in particular that I really enjoyed was she used drywall spackle, drywall paste that you buy to fill in the cracks before you paint your walls and stuff. So she used a drywall spackle, and she used it like a texture paste. And I will link her video, her channel, as well as her video below. I found it very interesting how she did it. She got out her stencils and, just did the same texture paste the way we would always, the way we've been shown how to do it. Everybody's done it differently, but using your stencils. But I really liked the idea with the drywall spackle. Much more economical than buying your little tiny jars of texture paste, in the craft stores and wherever. So it was a nice alternative, but I really enjoyed her methods. I really enjoyed, how she went about it and showed you all the different ways she was going to do the job. And so I will link that below. So do check her out. She's a wonderful gal, very clear speaking, and very fresh approach to some of our tried and true things. Even myself, once I found her channel, I was sitting there going through some of the videos going, yeah, I've done this before, but you know what? I like this idea. And so she's doing little twists and little things a little bit different on each of her videos. So do check her out. Up and coming. And she, give her some love. Let's subscribe to her channel and get her numbers up there, because she's going to show us lots of fun things very soon. I can just tell. Anyway, that's my shout out for today. And what am I doing? Well, I have a bee in my bonnet, let me tell you. And it's all because of Jennifer Dirtle gifting me this bag of bags. I'm not blaming her, not at all, not in any way. But because you saw me cut up the brown paper bags a couple weeks ago there, I was left with all these bag bottoms. And I think there's like 40 plus here. Now they range in size, but they are approximately, some of them will have to be trimmed down a little bit, but they are approximately 6 inches by 12 inches. So what that told me was half of a scrapbook paper. So I've decided that this was a great way to use these up to make some small journals. So they would be approximately 6 by 6, maybe a little bit smaller, because you're going to lose some with the spine. So I'm going to say that they're going to be about 5.5, maybe 5.25 by 6. And it might be a little bit wider again because of how I'm going to make the covers. But I'm going to use these for a cover. I'm going to do them in batches of 10. I'm not crazy. I'm going to try and do them all at once. I'm going to do 10 at a time. So that makes me sort of borderline crazy, but not completely crazy. But my plan was to use up a garment until it's gone for the covers. And then all the little scrappy bits would be turned into bits for those journals, or into a snippet roll or something to go with those journals. So with that in mind, my first garment is, it's a sari back and pants. Now this came as a gift from Thelma. Now, I don't know what was on the front of the sari, but it's this kind of a greeny. It's kind of it's not olive green. I don't know. Well, you can see. It's kind of a lime. No, not really. I don't know. I don't know what I would call it, but I love the color. Love the color. It was a whole pair of pants and the back of the tunic. So I've taken it all apart now. I don't know what was, and when I say I've taken it all apart, I haven't taken this red off the bottom here, but I thought I might consider using it. We'll see. I don't know what was on the front because I don't even recall Thelma seeing it. I just found this in my bag on the top with the front gone and the sleeves still intact. So I said, oh yeah, Thelma must have done one of those choppy things, but I never saw the front of it. So I don't know what it looked like. It must have been really cute because she didn't even offer to share any of it. So not that I need any more, trust me. But because this was in the pile, I said, okay, this is the first off the top. I am going to use it until it's gone. So this is my bee in my bonnet. So I think I could do probably up to 10 journals with this. I may, because there's some long pieces here, I may cut some of this into strips to use for ties or other things like other types of ribbons. So I may cut some of it for that purpose, but it'll depend on how a cover actually fits. Now I have to iron this yet. I've just taken it all apart. But where are the bags? Here we go. So it doesn't fit this way, so I would definitely have to use it this way. So whatever is left over along the edge for here, for example, is what I would cut into a long strip and keep for strips. And then any offcuts on this side that is jaggedy or not perfect, of course, is going to get used for making clusters and snippets and that type of thing. But you will be along for the whole process of this. So yeah, I'm going to start with this color first. And then I had bought this scarf, unknown, that I was going to do this, but I had bought this scarf very recently. And it's got, well, it's not 100% perfect, the green in here, but there's enough colors in here to make it work. So I'm going to use part of this in the decorating with this scarf. So I'm kind of working on those colors. And then there's a lot of this gray with the flowers. I will use it in here, but I will probably more focus on the color because the color is so, you can see there's sort of, it's close enough that it will complement either way. But I will also decorate with other colors, but regardless, you will be with me the whole process. So I'm starting with this fabric first, with this as a, embellishment type fabric that I will use with it. So I don't know yet how I will cut it up, but it will get cut up with it. And when I took the, oops, sorry, I haven't cut anything off of this one yet. I'm not ready for this part of it yet, as you can see. But when I cut these pieces into pieces, where I opened up the seams, I think there's the seams are still along the edge here. But when I opened everything up, of course, I was left with all of these little bits and pieces, and these all will get ironed out flat. I'm not sure how I want to use the red yet, so I've left it still intact with the green. So I will see if I have to take it all apart off of here, because this was the red trim around the outside edges, the bottom edges of the tunic. So there's quite a bit of it here, and then a few little bits and pieces. And there's still a few pieces added on or left on the bottom of these that I haven't taken apart yet. But I got to iron all this out and sort it out to use. But all of these scrappy bits, if you've watched my other video that I did this week, all of these scrappy bits are going into my snippet bag for these journals, for when I'm making these journals, and they will get used up, and you will see the process of how this gets used with all of this. So yeah, I probably have enough to make 10 journals right here. And when I say journals, they will be the journal cover, the base cover on the outside. I will still have to add a fabric on the inside to finish off the inside of the bag. And I will also add a piece of felt to give this a little bit more of a cushioned layer on the top. So on the front, on the outside, it'll be the brown paper bag, a piece of felt glued over top of it, and then the green piece over top of that yet sewn down. Now, I don't want to do these where I have to fold in the edges and make everything squared off. I'm probably going to leave about a 1/4 inch, or probably more like a 1/2 inch at first, edge around the outside of this. And then I will glue down a inside lining that will also be about a 1/2 inch. And then I will stitch, after I've stitched a couple of times, you know, I will go over it and stitch a few times, one on the fabrics with the paper to catch the paper, but also I will do a couple of rows of stitching on the outside, because I want to leave sort of a little finished edge all around the whole 4 sides of the fabrics, so that they can be kind of a shabby look to them. I will fray them up a little bit and distress them, and that's kind of the point. And so it just makes it easier, and I will show you the process when I'm doing this tomorrow, when I start tomorrow. So I will leave an edge around here, and it will be with the green fabric on the outside and whatever I decide to use as a lining. Usually on the linings I use something like a bed sheet or some quilter's cotton or something that is complementary. That's what I use. Once the lining is put on, I will add a couple of pockets on here with either using some papers or, you know, maybe I use a postcard or a greeting card or something to create little pockets. Something. I'm not sure at what point what, but that will also get sewn into these journals. So once the cover is made and it's green as all get out, because it'll be green, I will then start to do embellishing and decorating. These ones will not have a built-in tie. I will most likely use the scarf to create a tie of some kind on here. Again, I'm not sure, but I'm starting with this color. So once I have the cover made, I will do some embellishing on the front, possibly a pocket on the back, on the outside too. Because they're a smaller journal, this is kind of like a, you know, a traveling journal or a purse journal or something to that effect. You know, they may get cut down to 5.5 inch. I'm still undecided as to what I'm exactly doing here, but you know, this is my thought process right now. So once the cover is done, I will do the final embellishing later on. Then comes the inside, the pages. First of all, I will have my 2 pockets made. I will have a very undefined spine. I'm thinking of doing a Midori style with the elastics, and so this is where I wanted to reconsider the size, because I may put in 1, maybe 2 elastics for 2 signatures. Because it's, you know, it's quite square, so I wouldn't mind if it got, you know, a little bit more to 5.5 inches. So we'll see. I'll see once I have a couple put together what they're going to look like. And so I will decide between 1 or 2 signatures to go inside, but it will definitely be Midori style. I think what I'll do is have the elastics to slip the pages in, but I will probably stitch the pages together so that, you know, they're not loose in the journal. And when you do the Midori style, you always have a couple of extra elastics anyway, you know, if you haven't followed it, I will demonstrate it eventually. Again, but you'll have some extra spots where you can slip in a few extra goodies. So maybe you have you know, a little envelope that you want to add in to hold stuff. There will be options to add those things into the 2 outside extra elastics, or 1 if I only put 1 signature in. Again, I will explain that further as I go along. So that is what I'm going to be doing starting tomorrow. So this will be my arm's length art, even though it will probably be in the other part of the basement. But I will take you along for the journey and show you the rest as I go along, starting with putting the felt and the fabrics together. But in doing all that, I did on Sunday and Monday last week do some coffee dyeing of scrapbook papers. I chose scrapbook papers that were not necessarily my favorites or that I would use in a journal normally, because I know that I'm going to play with these and probably further enhance them. But you can see I picked colors that did complement that green as much as it could you know, it's not perfect, but there is that pink color that was in the scarf, and there is some of the coral colors. I also did a lot of stuff that's kind of travel related, and all I did was I cut the paper down to 6 by 12, just so I had one uniform size to start working with. And then I dipped it in coffee and left it out to dry. Well, there are 300 pages here. No, I'm saying that wrong. There are 200 pages here of that. So there is a lot. If I use 10 sheets, yeah, that's 200. That's 200. No, that's 20 journals, right? 20 times 10. Yeah, is 20 journals. So I don't know that I'll get that far. But we'll see. But I figured, you know what? I can use them anyway. They are coffee stained on the back now. And the paper I would have never used, probably. It would have been my last choices otherwise. So I'm glad to add these to somewhere being done. Somewhere close to being done. But you can see the colors kind of complement so far the greens. And then I will play on the other colors as I need to. So that's what I did. I coffee stained that on Sunday and Monday. Since I had coffee, water to left over, I decided to go and do some other book pages. This was from font book of some kind. I like them. I will probably use these for, you know, fill in pages here and there, and then further enhance them. I also did, these were white music pages, so they are all now coffee dyed and ready to go. So nothing fancy. I didn't want to do any doily stuff. It's not what I'm looking to achieve with these journals. So this is just something basic to use. The only thing is that all of these really, they make me want to create a journal just based on the titles, like The Sweetest Story Ever Told. That just says, oh, that could be a book about candy or chocolate. So I just looked at this and I said, well, how am I going to cut this up unless I'm going to make a book on chocolate? On the other side, In My Merry Oldsmobile. Okay, I can live without that one, but I do like the chocolate one. So I'm just going to give you a quick, Oh My Darling Clementine. Well, that's a classic song. That's a romantic book just right there. Nothing on the other side. This one, Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? No, I can, oh, let's see. Oh, Marie. Well, I have a friend named Marie, so I have to put that aside for her now. Hi, Marie. Little Annie Rooney. Again, it could be a little vintage girl or a bunch of little vintage girls in a book, and one of them could be named Little Annie. But on the other side, it says Peggy O'Neill. So maybe I have to name one Annie and one Peggy. Peggy O'Neill sounds like a little redhead. Let's just see. It doesn't say, but that she's a little rascal. My Old Kentucky Home, Whispering Hope. That just sounds like, you know, winds and sails and maybe even some butterfly wings. Like it just says wings to me. I Married an Angel. Everything I Have Is Yours. Oh, okay. But yeah, some of the, you know, Mean to Me. Well, we wouldn't use that one. But there, you know, just because I'm showing you these little things mean a lot. Did I Remember? I'll Get By. I Love You. Well, that's a romantic journal. Whispering. Again, that falls under that winds and sort of like Whispering Forest. An Affair to Remember. Ooh, spicy. When You Were Sweet 16. Now, that would be a fun little girl's journal, right? Don't get around much anymore. That's true. The Old Gray Mare, Polly, Wally Doodle. And so on. But there were some here, just because I'm trying to show you these. I'll See You in My Dreams, The Yankee Doodle Boy, Cara Maria, or Mia, Cara Mia, Three Coins in the Fountain. Ooh, that sounds interesting, like a wishing well. So these are things that, you know, sometimes I look at them and I go, oh, well, that just inspires another journal. But If that's the case, these will never get used because there are so many things more that inspire a journal. So I will have to get to using these, but I will save that one for Marie. She'll get a kick out of it. Other than that, Tuesday, I missed doing the Techniques Tuesday jewelry. I'm sorry, but my glasses, I got a phone call on Monday when I was knee deep in coffee dyeing. I got a phone call that my glasses were ready, so I went and picked them up and then spent the day thrifting. Yeah, I kind of had to. That's my excuse and my story. I'm sticking to it. I did give you a video, and then Wednesday I had to go to town for something that I needed and that I had forgot to get on Tuesday. And on my way out the door, wearing my new glasses, they are progressives, which I don't normally wear progressives. I haven't had a lot of success. I think this is my 5th time having progressives. I haven't had a lot of success with them because I never can find that spot, where you can use them for both. I'm always moving my neck up and down, and I'm doing it right now, except you can't see it. My neck is going up and down. So I can never find that spot. And I ended up with more headaches. And I've tried, I've had them for like, a year and a half, 2 years. And I would just get so upset with them. And then when I get the new pair, they say, well, maybe, it wasn't the right prescription. And I get the new pair and it was the same thing. And finally I went to single lens. So it meant flipping on and off, on and off. But the fellow suggested that I get the progressives and try them again. He said they are much better. And if I don't like them, he said I can return them and they will split the lens for me. But I did buy a pair of just close-ups, which is what I'm wearing today. Just the close-ups for working at the table. I don't need the distance unless I'm, driving or walking about. Anyway, on Wednesday I wore them because I wasn't quite where that line is supposed to be. And I tripped on a little corner of a rug in the living room and fell on my knees. And oh my gosh, I have this big goose egg like this on one knee. It hasn't turned black yet, but I ended up for a couple days where I couldn't do much. So I stayed put and worked on those digitals. That's how I got the digitals done. The glasses are fine. I think it's just because I wasn't used to looking through the top part of the lens and the rug, just I wasn't paying attention. I'm blaming the glasses. It's not the glasses. It really isn't, I don't think. I think it was just my feet and the rug connected and down I went. But yeah, I took a really good spill and sat on the floor for about half an hour before I could gain my wits together. Anyway, so that was my whole week, but I got the digitals done and I'm here on Friday, and now the Friday follow-up is done. So tomorrow is Arm's Length Art. So do join me if you want to play along. It's just cleaning up stuff on your desk. Come to the Crafting with Eyes Wide Open group. Take a picture or show us what you're going to work on for the day and give us a couple of updates as we go along. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working on these journals, so I will set up my workspace in the other area, the basement, so I can work on multiple pieces at once. And I will show you my process, and then I will also do a video as I go through the steps so that you can see how I've done it. So I will be working on these journals all day. I don't expect to be finished tomorrow. I expect them to take at least a week or so to get them done. But you will be with me every step of the way. And the only difference I will do in between is on Tuesday, I will stop and do Techniques Tuesday, because probably by Tuesday I'll be ready to do something different anyway. So I will be doing the jewelry again, and we will be digging out of the box, working on stuff there to turn it into charms and dangles. So that's it. That's all for today. I wish you all a very creative day and a creative weekend. It's Friday, so we've got the weekend ahead of us. So let's do a little bit of playing. I know it's going to be hard because the sun is shining and, the air is warm. You may want to get outside. But, if you can deke into your corner somewhere, sometime at any part of the day, come and join us for Arm's Length Art, or at least come and visit and see what we're doing. That's it. That's all. I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.